Hello, hello, my darlings. I hope you all are doing well. I am in a fantastic mood, and I hope you are all also. I am so glad you guys have made it to be here. We've got something hilarious to talk about. Our favorite scallywag has shown her true colors and not the bronze that's on her face, but her real color that's on the back of her pasty white hand. I mean, can it be any more obvious that Meghan Markle cannot stand Harry? She has no love for Harry. It's always been known that Meghan Markle does not find gingers attractive unless if they are a prince. However, she married an emotionally stunted, moronic doofus of a prince that nobody wanted. And for some odd reason, watching them Disney channels for too long, she thinks that every prince is a billionaire. She stupidly thought if she married into the royal family, she could sit on her back all day. I mean, lay. She thought she could lay around all day, have access to all the jewels and refinery, commercialize the brand, make it cheap and tacky, and just get money for no reason. This silly woman thought that being a royal member was exactly like the Disney movies, when in reality, there was a lot of work to be done as a royal member. Hello, my darlings. Hello. I am so glad to see you all pop in. So good to see you all. So glad you've made it. I'm sorry I went on that rant right away just as I started. But look, we got a lot to talk about, okay? We've got a lot to talk about. And every time Meghan tries to show herself as like some type of caring, loving wife or mother, in my opinion, it just shows her true self. She just exposes herself even further, which is why I love coming on here and poking at all these little things that she does, because it's like, girl, you are crazy, okay? We all see you. You are not a family person. You are not a loving wife. You are not a loving mother. You are none of those things. You are a narcissist. You are a liar who lives in La La Land, who lives in an alternate reality. And sometimes I wish I could have a little bit of whatever you have so I could escape this reality, just so I don't have to pay this pile of bills that's staring me in the face, okay? Some days I wish I didn't have to adult and be as delusional as Meghan Markle is every single day, day in, day out, since she married the dim-witted prince, while she complains about being such a victim. Nobody understands her. Nobody sees who she is. Nobody sees Meghan for the nice person that she is. No, Meghan, you are not a nice person. You are not a nice person. Did you even call your father on Father's Day by any chance? Did you call King Charles and, I don't know, send him a message and wish him a happy Father's Day? Probably not. I mean, the only reason you are here, number one, is, well, the sperm from your father's testicles, Thomas Markle, and King Charles, who walked you down the aisle when he was prince, and they welcomed you into the royal family. Molly restocked her supply from Dylan's. You guys just know me too well, don't you? You guys just know what's going on. Oh, goodness gracious. My apologies, friends. I just went right into it. My favorite mattress actress. Here's the thing. Okay, so we all saw the absolutely ridiculous, hold on, let me pull this up because I didn't bother. We absolutely saw the Mother's Day post that Meghan Markle made to herself, right? It was like 3 paragraphs long. She wrote about like, happy Mother's Day, cheers to juggling it all with joy, and to these 2 gems who still, like, it was full of fluff and nonsense, right? Okay, so what did Harry get finally as an afterthought later on in the day? Nothing new or anything like early in the day, but a whole bunch of weird photos with odd-shaped children. At one point, Lily is much larger than Archofficial, and like Archie has grown hair at some point when he was an infant, and before his first birthday, his hair was all gone again. I'll show you some photos here, but basically Meghan shared something on her Instagram, and what she wrote is happy Father's Day to our favorite guy. That's it. Happy Father's Day to our favorite guy. Now, what I will do is that instead of playing the video for you guys, I'll just show you basically the photos from it. So this is supposed to be Harry holding some child that we are allegedly supposed to believe is Lily. This is supposed to be, I think, Invisibet, maybe. I don't know. Yes, it's got to be because it's in the Montecito home, allegedly, right? And then you've got Harry running with Lily. Now, here's the thing. This whole thing about running everywhere bare feet, it's not cute. When I see it, the first thing I think of is like, ew, you could get like a serious foot infection from that. You don't know where you're running around, what there is in the dirt, or what kind of pesticides. And a lot of bacteria can make it into one's bloodstream from under their toenails, right? I don't know if Meghan slept through this in biology, but yeah, that's why, like, when you go to places like in Africa or something, they tell you to wear closed-toe shoes because you could get parasites, infections from, just getting dirt under your toenails. Yeah, you can get hookworm, like, you can get a lot of things. So this whole thing about running around barefoot, it's not Californian. I know Meghan wants to run this narrative like, oh, us Californians, we all are lazy, outgoing, laid back. We hug each other every time we see strangers. We go everywhere barefooted. Like, no, they don't. Not at all. There's snakes. Yeah, like the other day, I picked up a garden snake the other day. Like, and just tossed it. Like, I would not want to be outside. Like, I have outside shoes that I wear, like in the backyard, gardening slippers, right? And then in the home, I've mentioned this before, because I have cold feet, I'm a person who always wears slippers in my house. And plus, I don't like the feeling of my bare feet on the hardware floors that I have. So I'm always wearing slippers or socks or something. So it's like, no, we don't do the bare feet. Even if I am bare feet, my feet are in open like slippers, right? This is craziness to me. But I see Millie's mom is here for her first live. Hello, Millie. I hope you enjoyed the show. I see Defenstrate is here. Hello. So Meghan put this absolutely low energy. Do you guys want to see the video? The video is right here. I mean, I have someone screenshotted it and shared it to my Twitter account, so I can share it via there also. But I don't know if you guys want to see the videos. I thought seeing the pictures is more than enough. But I wanted to share this with you. Barely feet. Oh my goodness. Okay. So she shared these videos, and for people who always scream about their privacy, Harry, who constantly complains about his privacy and security, they like to show a lot of their personal, like, insides, the inside of their residence or where they allegedly live. They like to show a lot of private moments that we don't even get from, say, the Wales family, right? Like, I would not be sharing these types of photos with someone, especially when you're constantly complaining about being in danger. Remember Meghan crying on Netflix? Oh, I had to go make sure the doors were locked. I didn't know, is my family safe? Are my babies safe? Am I safe? And now you're like, oh, okay, great. Like, the thing is that the public has no connection to these children. They don't care. All they want to know, and what I want to know, is the validity of these random surrogate born children that are listed within the line of succession and are titled as prince and princess. clearly they are still members of the royal family if they are listed within the line of succession and have these two titles. And the one thing that I constantly cannot wrap my head around is the fact that how is an American born child that the royal family have never ever seen before? No one has verified, nobody knows even exists within the line of succession and being called as Princess Elizabeth? No. How does that work? Like, you're just making the royal family seem like an absolute circus. Now, this caught my attention because this is supposed to be Harry and Archie. And as a parent, you notice certain things, right? You notice certain things, you notice certain clues, but then here. So I just wanted to ask here, there's just one simple question, because I'm just wondering what version, like, where did Archie grow his hair? Because I've never known a child to, because this is Archie in, remember, this was them in South Africa when he was allegedly 4 months old. And then what? Archie grew a whole head of hair here all of a sudden? And then here's his first birthday. Where did all the hair go? They think we're stupid. They think we won't catch on. But what I caught on to was how sad this message was to Harry, to our favorite guy. Happy Father's Day to our favorite guy. But let me remind you all, because you guys know I love coming up here with receipts, okay? Let me remind you the note that Meghan wrote to her dear friend Markus, okay? Let me remind you that, because Meghan had a lot to say about dear Markus. And, you know, I would think that the man that you married, who's now given you platform, who's now given you some kind of clout, you would maybe give him a little bit more than just Happy Father's Day to our favorite guy. That's so weak, so pathetic. But yet Markus here, this was when Meghan had her Instagram before she joined the royal family, right? But this was her message to Markus, celebrating the birthday boy. What would I do without you, my loving, supportive, and endlessly fun friend? I know what. I would be bored and life would be indefinitely less interesting. I love you so much. Happiest of days for you now and always. Love you. XXX. I mean, I have never ever seen Meghan Markle put any kind of birthday message of this, like, loving towards Harry. I mean, the last couple years, Harry hasn't even gotten a birthday message, nothing at all. But yet Markus, I love you so much, Markus. I love you so much. Harry, do you love Harry? No, she's just your favorite guy. Your favorite guy is the one you friend zone at work, right? The favorite guy is like your work husband, right? That's your favorite guy. Oh, my friend that comes over and does a little bit of work here and there and helps out and helps me plant the TV on the wall. He's my favorite guy, and I'll go and buy him like a 12th case of beer to, like, say thank you. Now that's my favorite guy. I don't know about this, but it seems like this part of Diana's thing of there was 3 of us in that marriage is kind of playing out here, because yeah, Harry, you're the spare again. And let me show you here, because you guys might say, oh, well, Mole, that's just from back in the day. Okay. Hi, Leilani. Good to see you. You guys might say, Mole, you're looking into this too much. That's from back in the day when these two were drinking buddies. And you all know what usually happens with drinking buddies after a couple of drinks, right? They soon turn into fuck buddies where they have fun. And let me be clear here. It is my opinion, and I think that Meghan and Markus have definitely done the horizontal lambada in bed for sure. I know that Markus does swing both ways, so he does bat for both sides of the team. These two, I mean, this is who Meghan thinks is her fox, not Harry. When plus H is such a fox. When she was calling H a fox, she was probably thinking of Marcus. I bet you the last time Meghan and Harry probably did it, she probably had Harry wear like a mask on his face, and it was probably a mask made out of Marcus's face. And she said, "Here, Harry, this makes you look better. Let's do it in the dark." And there you go. That's the only way it could happen. But let me just say, okay, you guys might say, Mole, you're being messy, you're being ridiculous. There's nothing going on. They're just best friends. I'm just pointing out some photos here that to me it seems like these two just have so much more chemistry. I have never seen this type of chemistry between Harry and Meghan at any point of their relationship, even from the very beginning when Meghan was giving Harry like those stupid doe eyes and pretending she was like gaga goo goo all over him. All right. Even when Meghan was looking at Harry with dollar signs in her eyes, she wasn't giving off this kind of sexual energy that she gives off with Marcus. You see that when Meghan is standing next to Harry, the way that she poses with Harry isn't the same way that she poses with Marcus. It's a lot more intimate. They look like they are a couple. Whereas anyone who had two eyeballs could tell that Meghan was only with Harry from the very beginning because she was seeing like dollar signs in her eyes. She wanted to become a princess. She thought she could exploit it. Anyone who had half a brain cell could see what Meghan's plans were from the very beginning. And well, Harry didn't, even though he was warned. He was warned many, many times, but yet he didn't listen to anyone. So, like me, I don't feel sorry for him. Like, look, this is Meghan and Corey when she was dating Corey. But when you look at this photo, who would you think is the couple? Meghan and Greasy Marcus or Meghan and Corey? You would definitely think it's Meghan and Marcus because of the way that they are posing together. Corey just looks like a third wheel. He just popped into the photo at the last minute, like, hey, jump in. I don't know, but this is what is going. Let me just show you some other things because like I said, some of you might be like, okay, well, Mole, that was back then, not anymore. Well, yeah, okay, well, why was Marcus with Harry while Meghan was giving her stupid, full of nonsense talk about whatever it was at South by Southwest, right? Marcus was there. Why doesn't Harry get any friends? Harry doesn't even get to have any female friends or anything. Not even any of his old friends, but Marcus is always there. Let me show you another one. Hold on a second. At the Ms. Gala, right, where Meghan was accepting an award for being a global female leader. Here she is. She's got Marcus here again. I mean, she's not posing next to him, but these two are the ones that have been pulling the chains for her since day one. These are the two that she cares about, but Marcus is her one that she loves, not her favorite guy. How does that make Harry feel, huh? Defense Straight says, so true. The only friend she approves of is Nacho. And even Nacho has been walking a fine line since that whole since the debacle of the polo show, right? Is Marcus gay? Asking for a friend. Marcus likes to bat for both teams. He likes to play both sides of the field, is what I heard, because him and Omid Scobie used to have something together, right? They used to be a couple, is what I've heard, allegedly. But yeah, Marcus likes to explore caves and he likes to go in caves. Let's put it that way. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I missed. Marcus likes to explore caves and go in caves. Only I could think of something ridiculous like that. Terry Lawlin, thank you, my darling, says if a parasite attached itself to Markle, it would die. It would get all the life sucked out of it. That's for sure. That's for sure. I hate that gold dress. Yeah, remember she wore a version of this gold dress, but a zebra print during their trip to Nigeria. Remember? She wore that there, but that one had an even higher slit. But yeah, Marcus is always there for Meghan's moments. Marcus has always been there. And even here's another moment during the Invictus games when they were hosting it in Vancouver, when they went to the hockey game. There's Marcus. I didn't put these. I found this photo online and with these on it. But yeah, see, there's 3 of us in this marriage. I bet you Harry doesn't even get to sleep in the bedroom anymore. He has to sleep on the couch when Marcus is over. Caves. I know, quite the analogy, huh? He looks like he washes his wiener in the kitchen sink. Look, you're being very, very generous. I don't even think he washes his wiener, okay? I bet there are 3. I bet the 3 are in a Diddy video. I don't know if they are in a Diddy video, but I bet you they have their own video, because I have always been of the opinion that that is how Meghan always has Harry in line. Because if you remember, one of their earlier dates was in a Soho House room. Let me pull up an article. I had it, I think, on my phone here, and I will pull it up so then so what is it? So then we can share it here. So it was always, I know Meghan likes to claim multiple other people had fixed up her and Harry, and it was like, who was it? Misha Nunu at one point who fixed up Harry, and then at another point it was another person. But to my understanding and from what I know, I'm going to do a whole deep dive here, because personally myself, I believe that Meghan and Harry met in 2015. That's what I believe. And I just need to do a little bit more research. I've stumbled across some old photos from 2015 of Marcus and who's that guy that recently painted King Charles's photo that looked like it was burning in hell? Jonathan Yu, right? I think that was his name. But they're connected. Yeah, I have photos of them, but there's a connection that goes back. And once I get it all together, I will share it with you guys here for sure. But this article that I'm sharing, and I've shared the link in the chat, was from, let me see, November 2016. Okay. So this was Meghan when she was leaving the Four Seasons Hotel, and it's always been said that it was Marcus who fixed up Harry and Meghan, who got the Soho House rooms for them ready to, go on their dates within the rooms of the Soho House Hotel. And I have always said that from the moment that Netflix show was released and that we saw how much Meghan loves to photograph everything and have evidence and have photos of every single moment, I wouldn't put it past Meghan to have had Marcus or someone rig up the room that she was staying in with Harry with cameras, recording devices, and Harry, being the stupid idiot that he is, probably didn't have a security team go in there and check the place for any type of recording device. So I wouldn't be surprised if Meghan has a lot of images, videos of Harry doing gosh knows what in those rooms with who knows what, or getting him in certain positions with maybe men or something. Because come on, we have all seen how mean Harry is towards women, and yet with men he is very touchy-feely, loves grabbing their nipples, loves grabbing their boobs, loves like touching them, things that we've never seen Harry do to his wife. Right? Even when Harry and Meghan were in London, they would have their dates within the rooms of the Soho House in London there. And if you guys don't know, NT and I had done a whole chat about Soho House and whether it is like a hub for, trafficking and whatnot. It was like, I think about, if you go a year back into my lives, it's somewhere there. But after the live, I will update the description box below to include that link and the link to this article. But this is who basically put these two together. And this, it explains it here that the two like Meghan knew who Eugenie was because Eugenie would go to Soho House. And I believe that that is the only reason why Meghan joined up to Soho House. Let me just tell you guys that Meghan, Marcus, and Misha also took a 24-hour trip to Turkey. There are 28 hours, 24 hours, or 48 hours. Nobody flies all that way, all those hours. It is like what, from LA to Turkey is about what, a 16, no, 11-hour, 12-hour flight, something like that. I'm not sure 100%, but it's a long ways to go just to spend like 1 or 2 days, 2 or 3 days there. Not enough. You need at least 10 days if you're going to fly that fast, that far, just to get used to like the change in time zones and just everything. Marie says, do you think Marcus is in the sheets with Hairball too? Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it for a second. Yorkshire Teacup, thank you. Thank you very much. Jamie says, here's a connection. Epstein, Prince Andrew. Oh, I've seen all that. Yeah. That Karina. Okay. Yeah. I will look into that too, but I want to find more information about Marcus. That's the thing. They are definitely ding dongs, but I just wanted to come out here, be messy a little bit, and to show you that, look, Meghan shows a lot more love towards someone like Marcus than a man like Harry, who is supposed to be her husband. I think that too, Princess Dumbarton. I think that too. That is a rabbit hole that I've been going down, and that's why I need to wait a little bit more because, yeah, I think that too. there's a story behind there, but yeah, there's a weird story. But yeah, I love being a petty Betty. I was just like, Harry might be watching this. I might as well make him feel even more like crap and just show the sexual tension that Meghan has had with Marcus and has never had with Harry. I mean, you can't deny it. You cannot deny it at all. This is definitely the con of the century, Mike. I agree with you 100%. It definitely is. These two look more like a couple than Meghan and Harry ever do as husband and wife, because you can tell Meghan and Harry cannot stand each other. You can tell Meghan could not stand Harry from day one. That's why she had to make sure she was controlling him, that he was doing everything that she wanted to do, that he was making the move that she wanted because of the way that she would touch him on the back. He would move a certain way. But yeah, so there is a little connection, and me being the mole that I am, I'm going to go searching for it, and I'm going to find it, and we're going to talk about it because I like being messy. It's fun. Princess Dunbarton says, Andrew when young looked darker and somewhat like Marcus, especially with a beard. Don't worry, we will find the connections. Trust me, we will. Harry never looked clean even. No, he doesn't. He always looks unkempt, dirty, disheveled, disgusting. Like I was working on I was working on a thumbnail because I was actually going to do a different video. I was going to make one about Harry and William and just the photos of them like compared side by side. Let me just pull up the photo that I made of these two. Let me send it to myself so I can share it with you guys here, because it is just crazy. Like, William is like so well kept. He knows how to take care of himself, basic hygiene. You could tell, I don't know, a part of me is like, if William were to walk by me, he'd probably smell good, right? Whereas if Harry walked by me, he would probably reek of BO, cigarettes and booze. Okay. I mean, look at the difference. Even like William's medals look shiny, they look clean, well taken care of. And then you got this stupid putz wearing his medals. Look, he's wearing this one the wrong way, even. This one's been pinned on the wrong way. Look, see? The wrong way. You idiot. Is that King Charles's coin that he turned around so it doesn't have to be Charles and Camilla's face? I think that's what it is. That what it is? I don't know, but you just can see the difference here. You can see how clean they are. The Earl of Pembroke is more like Harry than Prince William. I definitely agree with you there. 100%. I agree. William's medal are shiny. They definitely are. He's nice and clean, even though he's got a beard. It's nice and trimmed. It's well kept. We've never seen William with hair on the back of his neck like we see with Harry all the time. We see Harry with like ear hair sticking out. We see Harry, like he probably smells like old pee and alcohol and cigarettes. That's what he probably smells like. But it's just such a contrast, isn't it? Such a contrast. Anyways, I just wanted to be messy. Yeah, I was going to make a video about these two. That's what the live was going to be about. But then I was like, no, got to talk about this. But I'm sure I will make the video about these two because Harry, despite like despising his brother, he's always trying to cosplay his brother now. You see how he's like turning into William, how he's wearing like a striped tie, like how William has always worn a striped tie. But his suits aren't as well tailored as William's are. They're not as well fitted because Harry has been reduced to buying his suits from the men's warehouse. And yeah. Oh, mention tonight. Yes, thank you for reminding me. So I was going to do another live stream tonight. We were going to finish I was going to do part 2 of the Christopher Boozy thing. There's about like 20 minutes left of it. So I figured I would finish playing the rest of the recordings and what the other members said about the Wales family, because since Meghan likes to talk about how she is trolled, and we're putting out the fact that Meghan is a bitch. That's why she gets the shit that she does. She's a liar. She's a fraud. And that's why she gets the pushback that she does. I know she always wants to say, oh, I want people to see the real me. Yeah, we saw the real you when you did that stupid ass curtsy mocking the queen. We saw the real you when you went and squatted on Ellen. We saw the real you pulling a squat during pretending to be pregnant. Like, yeah, that's the real you. You have no friends, no family, nobody around you, no family, like no one. That's the real you. But anyways, that's what she's been saying since Archetypes. I just want people to say the real me. I just want people to see me without the restrictions. The thing is, people don't like Meghan Markle because the royal family have been stayed, like they haven't said anything. They've stayed quiet, and you've been going at them forever while using their Duchess of Sussex title. You don't realize how stupid you seem every time you make little digs at the royal family and still calling yourself the Duchess of Sussex. Idiot. Anyways, Defense Straight says, Harry always looks like he hasn't showered in days and like he just rolled out of bed after drinking all night. They both look like that. Okay. They both look like they haven't showered in days. Their private areas must be musty and gross. Their butts probably smell. Their hair is greasy. Their armpits stink. I bet you they're just, when you walk by them, I bet you they're like the cartoon episodes where you see the green stink lines wafting off of them. It's like that probably. Because we've always heard how Meghan has really bad breath, how she doesn't really have the best hygiene. We've always heard this too. But yeah, anyways. But poor Harry, Maybe one day he will realize that the true love of Meghan's life will always be Markus Anderson, and he will always be the spare to her, the second fiddle, the idiot who made her dreams come true, because now she is going to merch some phantom hostage children where, in my opinion, the royal family need to do something about that. Like, Charles, come on, do something about that already, okay? Like, this is ridiculous. But anyways, this is the man that Meghan loves, because I have never seen Meghan kiss Harry like this. Have you guys ever seen Meghan kiss Harry in this manner with her eyes closed and looks like she enjoys it? Nope, definitely not. Definitely not. But anyways, my darlings, I love being messy, but my friends, I'm going to get out of here because I've got a couple errands to run. I've got to take the little one for ice cream and for lunch and stuff. And then I will set up the live stream for where am I right now? It is about lunchtime where I am. So in 9 hours from now, we will have another stream, and we are going to finish part 2 of Chris Boozy and what he said during his 8-hour podcast ranting about Princess Catherine. Okay, that's what we're gonna finish off on later tonight. So yeah, I will catch you guys later. And yeah, Harry, I hope later when you sleep at night and close your eyes and go to sleep, I hope you dream of your wife Meghan making out with Markus, the man she actually loves, and not you. You were just a means for her to get attention and make money and notoriety. But for some odd reason, you're so cucked, you won't do anything about it. And you could. But anyways, darlings, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all who sent a super chat and super sticker. I appreciate you. Please hit the like button if you had a little bit of fun here, or if you had a little giggle and whatnot. I promise I'll stay off the candy later on this evening. But anyways, darlings, love you all, and I will catch you all later. Toodles!